how are recipes even formulated? Let me just you. They have two methods of recipe formulation. So the first method is a trial and error method, while the second method is actually the original standard method, which is done by recipe formulators that have studied the textural properties of baking ingredients and has studied how each of these ingredients marries themselves together and the output they give. Hello, my name is Devian Ojuku and I'm a recipe formulator. Trial and error method. Let's use this illustration to understand this. So for example, if you have a chocolate recipe that calls for a cup of milk, replacing that 1 cup of milk with 1/4 cup of yogurt. Let's say, okay, so that it means that we'll be using 2/3 cup of milk plus half cup of yogurt. Maybe I add this mixture, the mixture of milk and yogurt to my cake, and I love the texture of the cake, I love the outcome of the cake, and I decided that okay, well, since my customers, they love this new cake, this new chocolate cake recipe that I produced and sold to them, and the outcome was very nice and they appreciate the taste, the texture and the rest, and subsequently they request for same cake, and I continue producing my new chocolate cake with the recipe which I added the yogurt. So I can just say this recipe is now a recipe that it is now my own recipe because I've altered it by introducing yogurt to the milk instead of normal milk. Method is actually studying how recipes are being formulated, studying different baking ingredients from our baking soda to cream of tartar to yogurt and their effects on the final product. So after studying these ingredients, we need to learn different textures, different techniques, mixing methods and procedures. After learning them, then you decide and do so many practicals. Try, formulate recipes, try this, add this, remove this. And then when you finish this whole procedure, then you can now develop your own unique recipe and ensure you give out samples to customers for reviews before with that you finally created your own unique signature recipes. Thank you. Thanks for listening and do all to follow us for more.